So where you guys come in is that we maybe like 3 or 4 rounds. You guys are gonna give us something to draw in under a minute, and you guys will judge our drawings. So
this is a real artist.
What are we drawing? What's the first thing? Let's go in order. Martin, you tell us what to draw, and we'll go down this way, all the way down to Lulu.
Wait, can Christian and
Penis! A penis. Stop.
Pencils down, everybody.
Whew, my heart rate's up.
Alex, show your picture to the camera.
Show your penis.
said
That's
wow.
wow.
He already won.
It's interesting. The angle in which you drew it looks like you're looking at someone else's. Yeah. That from like yeah.
We're gonna save the best for last. So Christian, go.
Mine's not gonna be.
I was gonna say you made me go first. What are you talking about?
Okay, these are.
Wait,
This
let me
is
see.
brilliant.
Move it away from your face.
Show it to the camera.
That looks like a rocket
These
ship.
are all good.
I guess the balls weren't
Yeah,
playing
there's a
the game.
fupa.
So you both won.
Oh, fuck
Why?
yeah.
Just because yours are better than mine. Mine is. I'll show it to the camera.
That's a turtle.
It's.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. All right, let's do this.
All right, you started off, buddy.
All right, baddies, welcome to another episode, a special living room edition episode.
First of its kind.
Yeah, we've never done this before, but it's pretty special.
Oh, the TV's still on, buddy. You want to turn the TV off?
Yeah, let's do that. We got birthday bitch playing in the background, but you know, it does.
I think we should keep it.
Fuck it. We'll just let it go.
Love the playlist name.
Turn it off.
But yeah, welcome to another episode of ICBTB's Highly Irrelevant. To my right, I have my beautiful co-host, Alejandro Middleton. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, Christian. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I am surrounded by those that I love. We got about 50 people in the living room right
A
now.
lot more people than you told me we were going to be here, that's for sure.
It's a lot. Let's welcome our special guest. Right in front of us, we have Sabrina Willett.
Hello, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello.
It's been a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
I've been asking you every single kick it that we get together at Martin's house, like if you wanted the podcast, and we keep saying yeah. We finally got you in the couch.
I know. It doesn't
Welcome.
feel real. Finally, thank you.
Have you ever done a podcast before?
I have done one before, but it was quite a while ago. It was very intimate.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Like you sat closer to the people or what?
No, it was actually over Zoom, but the conversation was very intimate.
I was gonna say yeah. Like
Well, don't chalk us out yet. We haven't
no,
even started.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready for it. I'm
See
ready
where we
for
get
it.
to.
I mean, you have this ability to kind of just skip small talk and just like, because I feel like I got to know you pretty quick when I met you.
Yeah.
Maybe what was that, like 2.5 years ago?
Yeah.
Because there was no small talk. You were just straight to the point, and you have this ability to just hold eye contact for a long time.
That was what our conversation was about, actually. I
Exactly.
think.
Do you get any social anxiety? Because like with your ability to connect with people, it seems like you kind of just like you. I don't ever see you in that kind of space.
Good question. I think I do get a lot of social anxiety on like the technological side of things, like my phone etiquette. If you know me, my friends in this room that know me, my phone etiquette is awful because I was actually just having a conversation with Martin about this today. I like dissociate into my phone, but maybe it's because there's that lack of in-person interaction and connection that's available because I put value into that. So yeah, I think I don't get a lot of in-person social anxiety, but there's a lot of phone anxiety that happens.
Sure.
Yeah. But I feel like it's the same with you. I feel like you're very easy conversational and
I'm
easy
always
to
just
talk
freaking out
to.
internally.
Really?
Truly.
So your composure is just A+.
Yeah, so you'll see me. Yes, I will. I pride myself on like having this kind of facade that everything's okay, but I have so many insecurities, and which is why I don't know. He and I started this podcast. 'Cause, you know, when you're a performer, it's because you're seeking validation and love in different facets. Which is,
I did this for the money.
okay, and how much have we made?
So much.
So much money.
So much. Well, I mean,
Valid.
look, I just met you today. So hello.
Hello.
You know, Christian told me, 3 weeks ago, that we were going to have you on, and this was kind of something we were going to do. So I was interested to kind of like learn about you and your art and kind of go from there and see what you're all about, because, you know.
Cool.
It's
and I also
interesting.
don't know you, so
Yeah.
that'll be interesting. It goes both ways.
I won't be the only one wearing headphones.
No, you could. It's up to you, dude.
You're the only one in other areas, so just be the only one right now. There he goes.
no need to.
We'll cut that out. Let's cut that shit out.
It's weird because
Keep them out. You keep them out.
Let's
Where
meet
am
in the
I?
middle.
Should I put mine on?
No, it's okay. You got a whole bunch of things going on in your ears, and I don't want to
wrong.
Yeah, and I don't want your ears to hurt. I want you to be comfortable. I'll put one earphone on so that like I feel like I'm connected to both of
There you
you.
go.
Like you're talking, you're on the phone on
Yeah.
the subway.
What?
I don't know. That's how people would be on the.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah.
Like this. But thank you for joining us.
Of course.
You are a wonderful artist. You're one of the kindest souls that I've ever had the pleasure to meet. And I just want to ask you a few questions. Like, how did you get into it? Because I doodle, and that's about as far as that goes.
You dabble in doodles.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I would love to see your doodles, first of all.
They're
They're
okay.
around. They're around.
You find them on
fine.
sticky
They're
notes.
funny.
Are they?
They're about like Garfield level comics.
Okay.
That's pretty nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So how'd you get into it?
It's been a journey. I started doodling on my face, actually. So in 2017-ish, I think, or 2016, around that time, I started playing with special effects makeup. It was just around Halloween time. And then it's a funny story with that. I ordered something online, and then a makeup palette came in the mail, and that wasn't what I ordered. And then I like tried to send it back, couldn't send it back. So then just kept it. And then I was like, oh, I can like play with this. And then did like some kind of cool look. And I was like, that was kind of fun. And then I tried it again. And then just sort of started learning more about special effects on YouTube specifically. And just playing around with it, experimenting with it. So I did that for a couple years, learned a lot in doing that. And then when the pandemic hit, that was a big transition in artistry skills. I obviously had a lot of time on my hands, like a lot of us did. And so I was like, okay, let me figure out a way to expand and kind of grow my artistry skills. So I started painting on anything that I could really find. I had a lot of old clothes. I moved back to my hometown at the time. So I had a lot of old clothes in the closet, and specifically had a jacket that I decided, or I think it was a pair of jeans actually, and I wanted to paint on the pockets of them, just out of boredom. And so tried that. Was really interesting because I actually have never been a painter before, aside from just like painting on my face.
Sure.
But it was pretty directly translatable, just the skills. It was just a difference in material. Instead of using face paint, I was using acrylic paints, and then mediums to make it stick onto the clothing. But everything else felt similar. So I felt comfortable doing it. And so started doing that onto clothing, and then also had some old records. So I was like, oh, I wonder if I could paint on these. Started painting on those, and then just sort of grew from there. And then, started
The whole
painting on
record
social
thing
media.
is really cool because upon like meeting you maybe 2 or 3 times, and we had followed each other on social media, I visited your Etsy page, and I was like, oh man, she like paints on records, and you turn records into shelves. Like it's repurposing previous art, which is like a beautiful concept. And like, where did you get that idea? Like, and like, is it kind of weird to like this? Are those records still playable like after you paint on them?
Good
Do
question.
you pick records you don't listen to?
Definitely not playable after I paint on them. But I'm huge on just saving in general. I love thrifting. I love repurposing. I love anything that promotes sustainability environmentally. And so with that, going to record stores is something that I really enjoyed doing at the time, specifically right before the pandemic hit. And record stores have a section usually where they have clearance records that aren't really playable, or they're just really old and not very usable. And the records there are like $1. So I was like, well, let me just load up on a ton of these, especially because it was one of the few record stores open at the time because everything else was shut down. So I just bought a ton of them, and then literally had a trunk full of like 40 records. And just started playing with it from there. And I've made like different shelves from them. I've tried to like melt and mold them into different things. And I think
How do you melt them?
I would use a heat gun, and then just like pieces of wood to
not
bend
use your
them
hand.
however want.
of
Yeah,
course.
exactly.
That's good to know because I was thinking that's a good question because I would try to imagine you like in a whole like welder's outfit with like a
Not gonna lie.
blowtorch.
Yeah, well, it felt
I
like
didn't
in my
know you at
head,
the time.
I wanted to pretend it was. I have like my dad builds and welds and does all this stuff, so I had his welding gloves and things like that. So that was helpful too. And there would be times where he would like jump in and help me melt things. So it was like a bonding moment between us. So
Nice.
it was fun, yeah. And I'd like make jewelry, do little things, but overall, just like knowing that you can repurpose something and then make something beautiful out of nothing, quote unquote, to me, I think is more than just the visual aspect that it provides. Like it gave a lot of fulfillment into my heart, especially during the time when things were, harder in life with the pandemic. So yeah, just finding the joy in the little things.
Kind of one man's trash sort of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, and
yeah.
you are such a fulfilled individual. Like, it's like how do you do it? Like, because we live in a time where it's we all got our shit, we all got our issues, but like, I mean, you really are able to brighten someone's day. And you seem happy and like finding happiness during dark times, especially like during the pandemic. Like you fucking did it. And you're spreading it. Like I've seen so many individuals in this room like rocking your art and seeing what it did in their lives and what that spreads. And like, how does that feel for you to be an artist?
Aw. Well, first of all, that's very sweet. Thank you for all of that. And I don't know, for me, like the overall message of what I wanted to do and the drive behind the Etsy page and everything and repurposing art was like finding junk and turning it into joy. And I feel like with giving happiness to other people or just trying to be the bright light, I think that gives me personally purpose in my life. I think that is something that I can do, and because it's something that I can do, I think that it's something that I want to do, and specifically because I owe it to all of the people around me. Like I understand how it feels to receive that love and have a difference in my life when I am given that positivity and light. So in turn, if I know that I can provide that, like of course I want to give that to my friends and family. And to answer your questions more specifically, like my mother, for example, literally greatest human in the world. She is just she's an angel. If you've met my mom, like she is so, so sweet. And so I think growing up and just watching the way that she can decide to be the light.
Sure.
I think that has shown me like, oh, it is a decision, because I think a lot of the time we live life by default of just waking up, going through the motions instead of like, what is my intention? How do I want to be? Like, who am I going to choose to be? Wow. Instead of how am I just gonna fall into the ways of moving. But yeah, my mom just does that really, really well. And so I think that I've felt that impact, being able to live with her and be around her and be so close with her. And so I want to do that. So I owe it to her, and I owe it to the people around me that have given me love. It's easy to give it back. So
That's sure, because not a lot of people can say that about their moms. Like I find myself like often, I love my mom. Let's preface that I love my mom.
Now shit on it. Now tell us how you really feel.
But she was so strict. And,
Yeah, what else?
She spoke to me in an accent,
What
and
else?
therefore I picked up an accent,
What
and everyone
else?
thought it was foreign.
What else?
She always talks to me
What
about.
else?
She like always asks about my finances
else?
and like what am I gonna eat.
What else?
Dude, my mom came over the other day with a steak like out of its
What else?
wrapper. Like a raw steak out of its wrapper in a grocery bag, and she was like, I'm gonna cook this for you. She came over, cooked it in 15 minutes, and dipped. And I was like, is this what it means to be a mom?
all a
Seems like it'd be
mother needs to
overcooked.
do, though. That's
Was.
Seems overcooked.
Dude, it tasted the seasoning
too long.
impeccable, but not a speck of red on that thing. Yeah. But no, she's a sweetheart. You haven't met my mom yet, huh?
I was just about to say, why have I not met your mother? I need to meet your mother. She sounds amazing.
Well, one of these days.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, if we would have done this podcast 1 year ago, this would have been happening at your mother's house.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
valid.
We used to the rite of passage before a guest would actually get to record in our studio.
You have to deny his mother food. Like she'll offer you 3 times. You have to deny it thrice.
Yes.
Okay.
And if she doesn't kill you on the spot, then you can come and record.
Then you're welcome to.
Yeah, well, come on up the stairs then.
That's cool.
And
That's
it's true.
honoring.
She fits that stereotype where, like, if you deny an Asian mother's food, you're on her hit list. And so you could. The trick is, if you're not hungry,
So give me a little bit.
not even that, you'll say, "I'll eat some later." Then you sneak out.
And just hide it in your mouth and spit it out in the bathroom when she's not looking at it.
She knows. She cleans the bathroom. She knows.
But the rite of passage is to like deny her cooking a few times, and then you have to go upstairs. Our podcast studio was upstairs, and then like you would eventually have to like leave after recording. Most of the guests are famished, and like you can choose to like stay for dinner, and then you'll meet her. But
And I generally would stay and eat after recording.
Of course. I'm sad that it didn't happen a year ago. I would love to meet your mother, but
yeah,
one day.
one
Well,
of these
have
days.
we got a surprise for you?
She is.
She just pops out behind the
Been here
curtain.
the whole time.
I love that you call that a curtain because that's a full-blown Asian
It's a
blanket.
curtain. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah. We have to, yeah. She's just been hiding in there for like 2 hours.
She's been cooking this whole time. That's
Shut up. Be quiet. Be quiet.
She has a full kitchen behind the Asian blanket.
Well, that's great. I mean, I would have loved for you to see, because this is not our studio.
No.
Right? Anybody who's seen the show before could tell that this isn't where we hang out.
yeah.
We're in Christian's living room,
Yeah.
I love that though.
and it's great. Yeah.
Different vibe.
And I couldn't think of like a different guest to have like experienced this. I mean, we got all our loved ones here. They're holding a microphone, so if they ever want to chime in and like ask any questions, they could go right ahead and do it. But yeah, like
Oh, now you missed your chance. That was it. That was your shot.
That was it.
That's it. Turn it off.
you grew up in SoCal.
I did, yes.
How was that?
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Santa Clarita, which is high desert portion of the LA County. Went to school in San Diego, so been in SoCal my whole life. I lived in Australia for a bit, but honestly, Australia feels so similar to Southern California, like temperature-wise, personality-wise, especially going to school in San Diego. So it's
Interesting.
all felt very similar. And now being up here feels different. Culture
Well-
shock for sure.
What brought you from SoCal to Australia?
I studied in Australia for a bit. Yeah, so I was going to school in San Diego and then studied abroad for about 7 months or
Which
so.
one? Am I right? Whatever.
What?
What in Australia did you have? What do they have? What do they teach better there?
Oh, I didn't. Honestly, it was like
You wasted your time? You just went-
I
you got
went to
drunk in
travel to
Perth?
Australia. I did not go to learn. It was it was
were
fun
you,
though.
Adelaide?
I was in Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah, you
nobody
too.
goes to Sydney.
Oh yeah,
I don't
for
know.
sure.
I've actually never been there. Otis,
I could tell.
you've been? No. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Good guess
Forget
though. Good guess.
it. Forget it.
What was your favorite part about Australia?
Oh, honestly, the
kangaroos?
people.
Oh.
The kangaroos were cool. They were terrifying. They were cool though. But the people for sure, the people that I met there. And it's interesting because I met people from all around the world, specifically because it was an abroad program. So we were all kind of in the same place.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I met a lot of really, really cool Australian people, of course. But I think specifically, like some of my best friends today are people that I met from different parts of the world that I'm still so close to. So yeah, I think just the experience overall of being thrown into the deep end and being removed from everything that I'm comfortable from, I think it just offered a lot of growth.
Wow.
Definitely grow the most when we're uncomfortable. So I think that's the most special part, along with meeting the people.
Is it true that they lack a filter there that we have here?
Well, they
'Cause,
say
like-
they say cunt.
They do.
Wow.
I've had multiple.
They just throw it around.
Absolutely, yeah. Like I've had professors say that.
Professors,
Yes.
You mad cunt.
And yeah.
people in charge of like spreading
Yeah,
education, they'll
it's
just
so funny. And
Prime
they,
Minister's over here, like just
Wow.
throwing it around.
Yeah, no,
Jeez.
it's nasty. And they like, it's just funny. It's just different. They're way more lax. Like that's why I compare it to San Diego. It's just like very, very chill. Like at the end of orientation, like here, when you go to orientation for school, you think about dressing professionally and
Yeah.
wanting to, be on your best behavior. And like after orientation down there, they like were pouring beers for us. Like professors are pouring beers for us. I was like, okay, interesting. Drinking age is also 18 there. So
Whoa.
if you're in university, then you can drink. So it's just different. But yeah.
Is
the
this why
vibe
you
is
could
very
just like never get drunk? Because I've drank with you in the past, and you're just like, either you're just throwing it behind your shoulder, and I'm not catching that. But I've had like 10 shots with you, and like you still just
Yeah,
cold eye contact.
I-
You don't blink.
I think think Australia taught me a little bit about that. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Can you do an Australian accent?
Now I'm on the spot. I think I used to be better at it. What would you like me to say?
I want you to
Put
say.
another shrimp on the barbecue.
Put the
mate.
shrimp on the barbie. You learn. I can't do it. But you learn different. Like the way that they speak is funny because like they're they'll add R's onto words that don't have R's.
Nar.
Like so.
Rut?
So I'm gonna go down here and like the word so specifically. They say like so. Like they won't.
no.
It's just different. It's different. And everything I feel.
Exactly that. No.
Wait, that was the first mic interaction that we had, I think.
Yeah, from the guest.
No.
Like Jason over here is holding the mic so far from his face,
Maybe
like it has
someone from our
herpes.
audience can do an Australian accent.
We are horrible at accents. Can you do any other accents?
I feel proud about my British accent.
Oh,
I can
let's
speak
hear it.
British
Oh, we
accents
heard
pretty
it
well.
already.
Yeah, see, and that was me trying to be Australian, but it didn't really work.
Yeah.
Oh, you do like a classy British accent.
It
'Cause
works more.
I try to do what's the that region that I always try to do, where it's like
Scotland.
it's Cockney, and it sounds like you're always trying to get a taxi.
I mean, you are.
Yeah, taxi.
like with this part too.
I have to do this. Like I think there is
something
for
in your
someone
body that
just like this. Like I can only rap when I do this too.
You look like a New Yorker right now, for sure.
Oh, how you doing? How's your mother? How's your father? I'm walking in. Is that good? Do
That's
not
good to
positively
me.
reinforce my bullshit.
Oh, I take it back.
No.
Thank you. Whoa, you took it back?
No, I give it back again.
Okay.
You deserve it.
Thank you so much.
You don't.
Okay, do you think you're gonna settle down in NorCal? Because it seems like you're someone that like bounces
NorCal.
around.
Good
You're
question.
gonna end up in Emerald City. You're gonna go like Chico.
Yeah, no,
Eureka.
I don't think I'm gonna end up.
No, you're not going
settling down.
NorCal?
No, I don't think so. It's definitely here. So the main reason why I'm up here is definitely the people. I'm at this time in my life where I have flexibility in like education and what like career path, and just being young in general. I'm 25, so I want to take advantage of the youth. And I have amazing people that are all of you guys are in one area up
Thank you.
here. Yes. So
You're welcome.
So yeah, yeah. So I think I wanted to jump on the opportunity, and I'm very, very, very happy that I did. So I'm definitely going to be here for another chunk of time, but for forever, most likely not. I think, like I said earlier, I definitely grow the most when I'm uncomfortable, specifically removed from the environment that I'm comfortable in. And I do love to travel and experience new things, meet new people. I think I learn the most there. So yeah, planning to travel around eventually.
What are the main differences that you've observed from like SoCal individuals as opposed to the people that you've met up here?
Good question. I feel like people up here, and this could just be my experience and not an actual correct assumption, but I feel like people up here in general are a little bit more closed off. Like, I don't know, if I try to have conversation with random people, it's more like I feel like they have something to do and they're like, why are you talking to me sort of situation. And I feel like in Southern California, it's really easy to just strike up conversation and have that energy feel reciprocated. But that could also just be, like I said, my experience or maybe the area that I'm in. Or the people that I'm talking to. But
Interesting.
culturally, that's the biggest thing that's like stuck out to me. And then also style-wise, I've just noticed the way that people dress differently up here.
And what are you liking more? We're not going to be offended. Like I'm confident in what I put on my body. So.
I feel like I vibe more with, I don't know. Maybe the SoCal energy. I just feel like it's a little bit more bold,
Interesting. Okay.
style-wise.
Here-
And here it feels more, I don't know if classy is the word, but it feels more, maybe conservative. Okay, maybe this is rude. It feels more basic. Is that rude? It probably
No, that's
is.
fine. I'm wearing a white long sleeve,
Solid
black
colors,
jeans.
yeah.
Yeah. You just caught me on a basic day, was what it was.
I apologize.
I mean, you're not wearing the shirt with Topanga on it, that's for sure.
I would love to have a shirt with Topanga on it. But how about New York? Have you been to New York and
I
have you seen their
have.
fashion there?
Yes.
Do you like that?
I do. It feels more, a little bit more like European to me. So it feels a little bit I think that is appropriate to say. It feels classier for sure. Like long coats, and also just weather is different there, which I appreciate. I always appreciate a coat moment for sure. But yeah, I think if I were to compare NorCal to New York fashion, I would go with New York fashion. But it's just different.
Would you rather live in the city or in like a suburban area?
Ooh, good question. I think city is fun every once in a while. So I would like to live ideally somewhere similar to like how Concord is set up, to where you can travel to the city for when you want to have those moments, but then like go back home to calmness. I appreciate those.
So you're really
for
liking
sure.
Concord?
I like the people in Concord for sure. Concord is cool too, and I think what's around.
What's your favorite part
Who are you
about
meeting in Concord?
Concord
is, the people, probably the Lajanos and Azima Yaya. And
they're
Lulu's
great.
there every
I'm
once
getting
in a
flipped
while,
off over
and
here by some Concord affiliates.
Are you anti-Concord? Is
Nah,
that?
I'm just like Concord's there.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
like,
okay.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can't talk. I'm from like Pittsburgh, Antioch, and have you been there?
Very briefly.
Good. That's the maximum amount of time you should spend there.
Okay. Okay, then I'm good.
Yeah, it's like for the longest time it was the end of the BART line of that like.
It still is.
So when you hear like Pittsburgh, Antioch, that means like you gotta
You're done.
Now
you
it's
gotta
Pittsburgh
get
Bay
off
Point.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and
wait for it to turn
usually
back
it's
around.
just like some like sketchy people left on BART by the
Okay.
time you hear that, or like you actually live there.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, I've been there very briefly. Very briefly.
What were you there for?
To
You got
see
lost on
Lulu.
BART?
At one point, we went to Pittsburgh and saw your house for a little bit, and that was, I think, the only time. It was a while ago.
Lulu, you live in Pittsburgh?
I abstain.
Into the
abstain.
microphone. You abstain? Are you not proud to be a Pittsburgh native?
I'm from Concord, but we just happen to live in Pittsburgh.
Oh, currently you live in Pittsburgh.
No, I don't live there.
Okay, not anymore. It seems like this is a touchy subject. And I get it. I get it.
I wouldn't want to be from Concord, Pittsburgh either.
Okay, sorry. One more thing about the whole NorCal thing. Sometimes when people ask me where I'm from and I say Southern California, they literally ask me straight up, and I've wondered if this is just a Concord specific thing or what, but they say why. They're like, why are you here? So is that energy that you all hold as well, being from NorCal? Like,
A few reasons. Either we're just curious folk, and we are curious as to like what your journey
That's
was.
never
to
what
bring
it
you
is.
from
That's
it's
never
never
what
that.
it is.
I could tell in the tone. It's like,
Yeah, it's
why?
never
It's
that.
really judgy. And I'm like, well.
I mean, Concord. All right, together, let's list 10 great things about Concord as a team, guys.
See,
The
you
people.
can't. None of
See?
you can. 30 people in this fucking room. Nobody can name one thing.
Guys, name it. Come on, you guys have a guitar
Qzar.
center
Give you a
here.
second
Who
chance.
said Qzar? Someone said Qzar?
IMAX movie theater.
There we go.
The hills. I do appreciate the hills. There are brown rolling hills, the golden hills, and now they're kind of turning green, which I appreciate. There's Whole Foods. There's multiple Trader Joe's.
We're naming
There's-
franchises,
there's-
guys.
None of these are things that make.
I love the veranda. I love the shopping.
The Veranda Shopping Center is the best thing in Concord.
Yeah, there's also turkeys. That is not something that we have in SoCal. I flipped my shit when I saw the first turkey on the
Alejandro
sidewalk.
you have this whole vendetta against turkeys. And
Do you
why?
really?
Yeah, no, turkeys are vicious. They're horrible
vicious
animals. They're
motherfuckers.
horrible animals.
They'll look
they
at you.
seem magical to me. Okay.
Magical
Go ahead,
because they're
go ahead.
casting black magic.
Go ahead and get close to one. Go ahead. Tell me
They're
when you know.
blinding me.
They are
Oh.
scary.
Yeah.
They're
I've heard
horrible
bad
animals.
things about the turkeys, but the first time I saw them, I actually wasn't living up here. I was just visiting, and I did like a triple take. I was like, there's no
Triple
fucking
take.
way that's a turkey on the sidewalk. I meant, what?
If anyone's doing a triple take, you gotta get your neck checked because you probably have
I
neck
know.
problems.
Especially after seeing those turkeys, it was crazy. And the cows. Like when I'm driving home from work, I will see cows on the hills, and that is not something that you see in SoCal.
We're close to 10.
Yeah, I'm trying. Sorry.
I mean, what was your favorite thing about like SoCal?
Oh, well, I mean, my family, of course, being down there for sure. And then also just locationally, like having the beach close by. The beaches
sure.
up here are just, like, I don't need to
Suck
say
dick.
more. They're just not beaches. They're just
Fucking
different.
dog shit. Beaches up here suck.
You don't
so
like
much.
the beaches at all?
No, water's cold, sand is shitty. It fucking sucks.
I actually haven't gone in the water up here yet, and I'm.
You don't have to.
That's what I've heard.
You don't need to.
What's the
Sucks.
closest beach that we got? If we're gonna advertise beaches in the Bay Area, what's the one that we can
It's
tell Sabrina to go to?
Stinson, North Point. I mean, They're all
Yeah.
cold. They're all fucking freezing.
Yeah, you got to drive pretty far to get there too.
And all water in California is cold for the most part. But at least in Southern California, you have like a nice beach instead of shitty cliffs or trees and just like, yeah.
I mean, the
We have
worst.
nice trees up here. That's another thing. Nice
Yeah.
trees up here for sure.
But the worst thing is.
Yeah, the trees are fine. Yeah,
I'm
they
not
don't
gonna
got
try to be
trees down
positive
south, that's
anymore.
for sure.
Like, you're not wrong.
And the rent sucks here. I mean, I'm gonna say like everything is so expensive here, which is why people tend to move to like Nevada or like to Nevada or Texas.
You got to go somewhere besides Vegas, bro.
Dude, that's
You
all I
gotta
know.
travel somewhere
That's all I
further
know.
than that, man.
I mean, what, to the Midwest? You want me to go
I
to
mean,
the
just
Midwest?
stay on a plane for over 2 hours.
I
and
went
see
to
where you
New
end up.
York. I went to New York, and
There you go. And you hated it.
I despised
and you
it.
hated it.
Really? Why?
It's so. I feel like it's just like
I mean,
there's a
you
charm
don't have
to
to
it.
ask why. Christian doesn't fit in New York. I'm not
Yeah,
being a
It's
dick.
so
you're very
fast-paced.
It's not your
kind,
kind of
yes.
place.
No one has time for you, right? In New York, is that how you felt?
Yeah, not that I was
one has
asking for
time
time
for
from
him.
anyone. It's not like
What?
it's not like I was walking on the street and be like, sir, sir,
Please, please.
Does anybody have the time?
sir, please tell me how your day was.
Do you know the year?
Yeah.
Do you know the year, sir?
Sir. Like we're time traveling. That's
But I feel like you're too nice for New York people, I feel.
I'm too nice for Concord people sometimes, dude.
Here's
Maybe.
Kirsten's problem. Anything over 3
Kirsten,
stories.
who the fuck is?
Christian, here's your problem. Anything over 3 stories, you're gonna look up at it, and in New York, you can't be looking up.
I don't know. When I went
They
there,
trick you because they got big buildings, but they don't want you looking at them.
no, and I would. Crossing the street is tough because like
Nobody wants to say I'm walking here, and they all get mad when I say it. People are like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here!" They're throwing trash at me.
it was like that. I would see people like hopping over the turnstiles in the subway, and I'm like, no, I gotta pay for this. And
See, you have a good heart.
Everyone's walking way too fast.
That's what I
Everyone,
mean.
no one listens to the crosswalk signals at all.
Yeah, irrelevant. Mhm.
Yeah, it's
I'm
tough.
gonna kill you. I'm gonna just.
You love New York.
I do. Because that's why I love it. All of the
Oh,
reasons
really?
why you hate it are
That
why I
makes
think it's a
sense.
great city, why I think it's the best place on the planet.
Why do you love New York then?
Just let's get going. Just let's do the thing. Let's get it going.
You just
Nobody
like to
gives
talk
a
to
fuck.
people.
I
I
see.
Things are happening. Nothing fucking matters unless it's a big jumping a turnstile is not the biggest problem in New York City, buddy. They got way bigger things.
I was listing
Things-
something. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm just saying. We can do a lot more fun, and you can just hang out. Just do your thing, and get out. That's the best part about New York. You do your thing, you get out. Don't stand in the way. Let's get this show on the road. Let's
How about
get this shit
SoCal?
going.
Would you still live in SoCal nowadays?
Yeah, they have a little bit of that, but it's also a little bit. There's also a lot of like, but if I do this really well, maybe somebody's mom will see it, and then I'll be famous. And it's like, I mean, you're in HR, but sure, maybe somebody's mom will see it. Everybody's always constantly being like, and then I'll sell my script. And it's like, cool, man. So can I get my coffee, or can I get this shit? Can I get this shit now? Or it's just, you got to put up with a lot of that. In Bay Area, we have a lot of people who are trying to do stuff too.
Yeah.
But it's also like, yeah, I'm trying to do this and this and this. And like, it's a more of a work, it's more of a hustle mentality. Whereas in Southern California, LA particularly, it's more of a work return sort of thing. It's more.
What's the end game for you? Like, do you want to be an artist? Is this something that you want to like to do professionally, like as like just to fund your life completely?
Yeah. So actually, no, I do not want to do that to fund my
That was a
life
twist, yeah.
completely.
Wants to be a lawyer for
Yes.
nonprofits.
I don't know. I think that like experimenting with playing with trying to sell art and monetizing it in general taught me a lot. I think that it also sort of tested my relationship with art, because the more that I monetized it, the less love that I had for it, and the less excitement and passion was behind it. And then, as a result, the less great that was, you know, like it didn't feel fun, the process. And then because the process wasn't fun, the outcome wasn't as good as it usually is. So yeah, I definitely want to keep it as a hobby in my life. And I think that like, if that brings some kind of income, then that's super cool, not opposed to it. But I think pressing it for that income is something that I just don't really want to do anymore. I do want to be able to work with people that have unhealthy relationship with food and focus on that. So people that have disordered eating or just want to find healthy relationship with food, body image, all that stuff. So yeah, so I think like learning how to monetize art and learning how to like work with my own business taught me a lot business wise, and how to schedule myself, how to be disciplined, how to decide like what is worth what. Sure. But I think that it's just a different application in the realm that I want to go in, you know, so.
Well, what got you into wanting to work with people that have those issues and like and whatnot? So.
Yeah, good question. Well, I actually struggled a lot with my own relationship with food in my life and body image in general. And I've known lots of other people who have as well. And it's definitely one of those things where I feel like when you're in that position, a lot of your life can be taken away from you. And once I got to a point of healing, I realized how important that relationship is. And that's when I was like, oh, I can find something that is really, really easy to wake up and want to do every day, and that can help people a lot, and that can eventually make money. So right now I'm in this phase where I have income, so I'm not stressed about the monetary part of it. And I want to focus on building the passionate part of building the private practice. And then once that has snowballed into what it can be, then that will transition into being my income. But I want to be careful with it because of that experience that I had with my artistry and monetizing that. So
I connect with what you were saying. I mean, like, it's beautiful that you want to help individuals in that fashion, like, because like it's in today's society, like with social media, it's easy to feel body dysmorphia. It's easy to feel insecure about your body because a lot of what we see on the screens of our phones, though the physiques of what the standard is, it's unrealistic, right? And so like for the longest time, and I don't know if you knew about me, I think you did. Martin brings up Fat Christian all the time, but I grew up a very hefty man, gravity challenged, you know? And it was like, it's, thank you for that. People would call me Chris Chins, you know?
You're great now.
oh no.
But, and I make light of it. Like as
It disgusts me. It disgusts me.
Walk up to the door.
You walk up to the door with, you know.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Mike.
Oh, I'm talking to the microphone, my friend.
Use your
Oh, no,
microphone
it's okay.
voice.
Yeah, you tell him. You can.
Okay, so Alejandro claims that the first time that we truly hung out, he and our mutual friend Alan
The first
Boo,
time I met you, really.
not met because the first time, that's a whole other
I
story.
mean,
I want to hear all the
first time I
stories.
got to see your face.
Here, let's hear what you didn't. Okay, let's hear your side of the story.
Oh, no, we walked from Alan's house to your house.
And
We knocked on the door.
then
You answered the door.
what happened?
You had like a ring of Nutella around your face. And there was just like empty jars
happens.
all over the place.
I mean, no.
Maybe
You're just
5.
exaggerating. I was asking for the
And then we
truth.
went to the next room. There was like 6 on the counter. One in the bathroom.
How old were you?
And I was
last week.
I was 13.
Nutella under his nails.
Oh, because I forgot how to use utensils and I just started just digging it out of the jar. I was 13. I opened the door and it wasn't the most flattering image because like it was the middle of summer, so I'm wearing a tank top. I'm having side boobs spilling out.
Right.
I'm in like my boxers and because it's really hot.
I don't recall what any of us were wearing.
Well, after being made fun of about that for years on end, you remember every single detail about that
I'm
drum.
sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
You had a dunce cap on.
I love that. I want to meet that Christian.
Well, this is where it came in handy. Because when you grow up fat and when you grow up socially challenged like that because of the way you look, because, you know, grade schoolers are just vicious mofos, you learn to develop a personality.
And in like
so
10 years, it pays off.
It took me a while to realize, oh, this is reversible. I could stop eating like rice every single second that my mouth is opened. So...
It's a good place to start, honestly. if that's happening, it's a good place to start.
Yeah, and it's and then my girlfriend broke up with me, and I was just like, you know what? She's gonna. I said these words, and no one uses these words. I said she'll rue the day because the only people that say they'll rue the day are people that live in the 1800s.
Villains from
And Christian
cartoons.
Balthazar. That's
And
it.
me, vicious villains from shows. Yeah.
I can just see Christian on like the first time he gets on a treadmill. Just
It was tough.
having it at full speed, watching the belt go in between his legs, and he's just like, she's gonna rue the day.
The day.
She broke up with me. And then you jump with both feet, and
And it just slipped.
as everybody's experience with the treadmill.
Yeah. It's but yeah, I connect with that because
He used to be fat. That's what he's trying to say.
Oh, heard.
yeah. And
But it's not just that he was fat. He also had low self-esteem. So he gave us everything. He would buy us food, and he drove us places. He just really wanted us to like him. And we did like you. We did like you. We loved you, Christian. We loved
I
you.
didn't do this just because I wanted you to like me.
I know. Christian's
Oh.
actually a nice person.
I did this
Wait a
because
second.
I was like, you guys are my friends. Of course I'll drive you around places. I'll buy you fucking food. Of
we
course I'll
love
do
you.
that.
Hang on, wait. Let's pause on that.
I think the real problem is Otis was agreeing with me the whole time. I just want to
Otis,
say.
you're not. Otis was there. Otis helped me
Otis was
lose
there the
weight.
whole time.
Do not
he was there
pin the
too.
blame on him. He's allowed to laugh at certain things.
Yeah, that's all I
So
said.
sweet. Why would you bring Otis into this?
He was
Otis
I
is
said he was
so
agreeing with
sweet.
everything.
No.
Oh, no.
Probably because he felt bad for you and just wanted you to
Play
feel
the camera
supported.
back.
And,
Reel it back.
So Alejandro often says, "I miss Fat Christian." Hashtag bring Fat Christian
I've
back.
heard that. I've heard that.
The fact that hashtag is spread as far to you
Yes.
blows my
Yes,
mind.
and not from your mouth. Like
Yes.
it has just been. I have heard that. Yes. So-
I mean, no, it's all
all
out of
fun.
love, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But it did teach me a lot of like qualities about myself, like how to connect with someone. It made me work harder to be a better person because people are fucked up. Does that make sense? Yeah. And like it definitely filtered out like I liked a lot of girls growing up, and they just they said I liked them, and then they just
Well, there's your first problem. You said that to him.
no, and they just friend zoned me immediately. But that helps you filter out the type of people that you want to go for. Because Melissa says that she would date
Likes
me
you.
when I was fat. I hope she likes me. Yeah.
I think
And-
she does.
She's putting on her jacket and leaving right now. She's
Her
on her way to
suitcase
buy a
is
pack of
packed.
cigarettes and never come back.
But yeah, let's. What did you want to like? What was your childhood like? Like, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Oh, good question. I don't know. I actually don't think I had like a specific career that I wanted to chase when I was younger. Like, I think I wanted the big thing. Like, I wanted to be a doctor and a lawyer, but then it would change the next week. Like, I didn't really know what I felt
Sure.
passionate about. But then I think experiencing what I did experience in my disordered eating years and just having that unhealthy relationship with body, self-esteem, all of those things, and then coming to solace with all of that and realizing like, oh, life could be so different without that. I think that was when the aha moment happened. So yeah, I don't think I really had like a specific thing that I felt really passionate about. It was just like, I want to have something that is a reliable source of income, but it wasn't a specific field where it was like, oh, I want to do this for sure.
Gotcha.
It was just sort of exploring,
Can I ask you another question about art,
Yeah,
real quick?
absolutely.
So with and Alejandro makes fun of me that I've been like on this whole AI rant lately. So there's this like application. It's called Lensa. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
So it's this.
It's going to take your job.
It had like a buzz maybe like 2 months ago where individuals could submit like 7 or 8 photos of themselves to this app, and an AI would generate about like 30 photos
Yes.
of these people, and it would be pretty dead on like the individuals with very distinct artistic styles.
Yeah.
You being an artist, are you in support of this technology being able to do that, or do you find something wrong with that?
Good question. I have actually seen that. I didn't know that was what it was called, but I have seen that online. I think that, I mean, I don't know. Ultimately, I think about the average person using that and receiving a photo of themselves in that artist style way, however it is composed of them. And if that like brings them happiness, then I don't know. Personally, I don't find that threatening, and I don't think there's something negative with that. But I also think that it's important for people to understand that it's important to support small businesses, but also artists and also whoever else that is trying to make their living on their own, just to like pay for the effort that they've put in and respect their energy in the field. So I don't know, like I don't think that there's something necessarily wrong with those sorts of applications and just availability in platforms, but I think as a society, it's really important to be aware of like, oh, how can I give if I'm financially able to do so? And how can I support people in the different ways? Even if it's not buying a piece of art, just reposting or spreading the word or showing that emotional support. I think that as long as we don't let that go, I don't think there's really too much of an issue with using those sorts of things. But it's crazy because I have seen that and they're really cool and they're really easy to get a hold of apparently if you're down to pay for it.
I mean, the controversy comes from the fact that even though they are AI generated and the artificial intelligence is grabbing from like the massive databases that is the internet, a lot of artists were complaining that this is basically like stealing their idea, like their style of art and implementing that with this.
I think it has to do with framing then. I think the AI company should say like, you know, if they're using somebody's style or whatever, then this is your chance to go and look further into it, right? Like, you can go and look and find a real artist who does this stuff and does it well, and then you can support them that way.
That's true.
I don't think it has to be a battle. I mean, it inevitably is, but I don't think it has to be. I think if art is this group of love and expression that it claims to be, right, it should be, you know, there shouldn't be a problem with more vision, exposure.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a problem with more exposure. It's when it's not being properly accredited that I think there's the problem.
That makes sense. I think it's the credits. Like if this AI generated work of art is basically using the style of like a local artist that isn't getting any love, like it would be at the very least like, hey, it would be cool if like it could take. I mean, it's tough, right? It is tough.
Yeah.
What do you think the future of art is going to be like?
I think that actually, I mean, that pops up that entire conversation in my head of just like what jobs in general are going to look like if technology can keep taking over different things. Because I mean, like right now I'm serving and I'm bartending, and we have QR codes that can take people's orders and they can pay online. And so ultimately, if everyone wanted to use that in the restaurant, like every individual, there would be no need for a server really. They would just need like people to bring out the food and run the food. And then there's no opportunity for tip, and that's the main source of income. So I think that, again, as a society, we just have to be aware of like, yes, technology is amazing, but the amount that we use it and the way that we use it, I think we just have to be conscious of it. And it does make things more convenient and easier, but I think we have to take the smarter road sometimes and realize like, oh, it is going to be a better overall decision to support this local artist and do it this way instead of just having the ease of paying for this opportunity on an app just to get this same result, you know? So I think it can be a little bit intimidating, but I don't want the world to function that way. Like, I hope it stops soon or at least lessens a little bit. It's easy to get indulged in it though, because like I said, it's easy, it can be cheaper, it's more convenient.
How do you think when you're creating your art, like how do you what's your process like, and what do you think separates you from other people, other artists? I think overall the idea of repurposing, I mean, there are a lot of other artists who also repurpose, but that's one thing that I do take a lot of pride in. And I also think that in repurposing, combining different methods of utilizing technique, like for example, repurposing a jacket, I can use a different design to go on top of the jacket. So instead of it just being like a regular jean jacket, it could be something totally different. So now the jacket is serving a different purpose physically, but it's also visually something entirely different than what it was to begin with. I do love that. Martin was sporting the jean jacket. That
he always
it's right
is.
there. It's probably, yep. We could probably get that in a shot.
Come on in, buddy. Come on. They know what you look like.
Is Martin gonna model though, or?
And it's beautiful that like it's for like the purpose behind your art. You know, you did a lot of stuff for like BLM, and I know a lot of your art is hung up in Concord High, right?
Very cute. Yeah.
Which is freaking awesome, and it's so cool, and it's beautiful. And like drawing hands is the trickiest thing because there are four hands on that jacket. And drawing fingers is like the trickiest thing for me.
It is, but I cheated on that and I used a stencil. So I'll make a stencil and then I'll use that same stencil to make them all look the same. So that
I don't think that's
definitely
cheating at all.
That's effective art.
It's repurposing the stencil 4 times.
How's being a bartender? Like that's really cool stuff.
It's fun. It's really fun, especially because this chapter in my life is focused on, especially being newly moved up here, just finding people to connect with and enjoying myself. And the restaurant that I work at specifically, True Food Kitchen, it's just so fun.
Walnut Creek?
Yeah. It's so fun, and the people are really cool, and clientele for the most part is pretty cool. It's different working at the bar versus serving. Usually people at the bar are a little bit more lax. I mean, they're looking to have a drink. So it's just fun. I enjoy it so much. And like I said, it's definitely what I think is what is needed in my life, just to bring like the connection and the social interaction, especially post-pandemic, after that was stripped away from us for a couple of years. I'm just even more grateful for it. So yeah, I love it. And I used to be a barista too, so like just mixing drinks and making drinks, it's just fun.
That's your thing.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to make?
Ooh, favorite thing to make is probably I don't know, any of our cocktails are good. They're not anything too crazy. A lot of stuff is like pre-batch, so we'll make it in the morning and then we'll make like sours in the morning, and then it's just mixing like the liquor with the sour and ice, shaking it, that sort of thing. So any of our cocktails, yeah.
It's your first bartending job?
Yeah, it is.
Because he's been in like how many?
I've been in restaurants since I was 16 years old.
What's your favorite
really?
thing to?
Started bartending when I was 20, so I've been doing it.
That's
Been doing it a long time.
That's cool. Are you still doing it or?
On and off. I do like a little side gig on Sundays for jazz, actually.
What's your favorite drink to make?
Bud Light. Just open the bottle and hand it to him. Just
Understandable.
whatever gets you out of my. You'll get there. Whatever gets you out of my face. I'm at the point as a bartender where I'm just like, whatever just gets you out of my face, bro. Like let's just get this going.
I'm the
Get the show
opposite.
on the
I'm
road.
like, please talk to me. I love.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
funny.
this last bar that I'm working in was a dive bar, so it really was just coming in and doing the thing and getting it going, which is where I'm at pretty much in my point of this restaurant career my illustrious restaurant career.
It's wild to see like the two ends of the spectrum, because
Yeah.
like the way you say it is just there's like so much.
You're just so unjaded, and you're just so happy to be there. And I just,
He's like,
I
you'll grow
miss
up
when I
one
was
day.
happy.
You'll hate it eventually.
It's just you're so green. That's why I wasn't saying anything at first, because I didn't want to like, just like
Rain
I
on
just
my
don't want you. I
parade.
want you to keep it and like as long as you can, because
Because
I'll try.
restaurants will suck your fucking soul dry.
Yes, like I see that and I hear that from my coworkers too, and they're like, "Oh, you're so funny. You love this. That's hilarious." Like I'm here because I have to be. But like I think it also boils down to a lot of what we talked about in the beginning of the podcast of like, I don't know. I think that I find purpose in giving light, and that is found. There's a lot of opportunity found in interaction, and literally my job is to interact with people all day, whether it's serving or bartending, and whether that be with guests or the people that I work with, and like that fulfills me too. And it also, you know, that shows up in my paycheck too, because I feel happier at work. And I'm just a really big believer in energy being contagious.
Yeah.
And so if I'm given this role to, okay, here's 100 different people that you'll interact with every single day, multiple times a week, then it's like, oh, that's a challenge for me to want to make a difference in those people's lives. And even because, I don't know, I've had like baristas that I've interacted with for 30 seconds and I was like, God damn, that person was so cool or so nice.
Yes.
And, like that's impactful. So I think that for me right now, and hopefully this isn't just like a honeymoon phase with the job, but I think that it feels more fulfilling than just a paycheck or just like showing up and clocking in. So yeah, I appreciate it, and I hope it stays that way.
I'm a huge proponent of this saying that my dad's taught me growing up, and it's a name like of an old doo-wop song, but little things mean a lot. They truly do. And little things as in like little interactions, if that's like a hello on the street, if it's me having a great conversation with my barber for an hour, if it's me having a great conversation with a barista or a bartender that I'm like getting a drink with, that not only makes my day, but like those some of my some memories that are just burnt into my mind are from like people whose name I don't remember.
Yes.
Right? Some nice person that talked to me at the bar or at the table, or like there was this one time specifically in Napa maybe a few years ago that Melissa and I were just like having a dinner And there was like these 3 elderly ladies that were like a little tipsy, and they got an extra bottle of champagne that they couldn't finish. And they said, "Hey, I think we're good. You guys seem like a very lovely couple. Do you guys want this?" And I'm like, oh my God. Right. And these are just strangers.
Yeah.
But like energy is contagious. And like, even though like, life can be saturated with constantly meeting new people because we live in the modern day and age, does not mean, and this is why I could never live in New York, is because I do want to take the time to like stop and talk to a stranger, because you don't know if that could blossom into a beautiful fucking thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's also like, you never know. It's so cliche, but you really never know what someone's going through. Like, who knows? Maybe maybe they're going through so much shit at home in their personal life that smile you gave them, or that 20 seconds of you just asking them how they are and being genuine in it, not just asking because it's a part of your script. Like, maybe that's the only like burst of love that they're going to get. Like, you really don't know. And maybe that's going to propel them into maybe not making a negative decision for themselves, or making an extra positive decision for themselves. So I think there's so much more power that comes with it. And I don't know, I think that we just don't think about that because life just moves so quickly, but I think it's impactful.
Sure.
I've been working a graveyard shift at the biotech company that I've been working with, and
Will you bury all the dead people that you tested the medicine on?
yeah, exactly. That's
Another
fucking dark,
Another
dude.
mistake.
No,
Ew.
we make medicine and it treats, and it only saves lives. Okay.
That we know of.
Anyway, I was talking to this other shift that also, they work in a different department. They're also working a graveyard shift, and I walk into the room. They all look beat, tired.
They bury the rabbits.
And like, I interacted with them, and they're like, "Man, you're too happy right now. Like, you're smiling too much at 3 a.m. And I'm like, "Fine, I'll stop being like happy." But like, it's because energy is contagious, and like, even though it sucks to work a 12-hour shift that like spans until 7 a.m, you like, even just like verbal cues, body language, like the way that like people's like eyes glint when you talk to them, and the way their body faces you, like all of that could subconsciously just change your mood. Like, this person's interested in what I have to say, and like it's truly contagious.
Absolutely. Yeah. And first of all, I commend you so much for getting through those shifts, because that is so difficult. And imagine being that person on the other end who maybe is exhausted or tired, and then you see someone else like you that's walking around smiling and being happy and giving that love. Like, number one, you feel like, oh yeah, that's fucking cool. Like, you feel that in you. But then also, maybe the other end is you inspiring the other person to hopefully be that same way in the way that they can, maybe not to the same extreme, but then they're also going to change the people that they interact with. And then it's that domino effect, you know? So I think,
hope so.
Yeah. And the more that it ripples out, like, the more the world will change. So if we could all like try and do that, then it would just be a bigger impact.
I just know in some instances that like
Yes.
it does bite me in the ass, because I went to UC Davis, and when I went there, I yeah, go Davis. Yeah, go Ags. When I went there, I auditioned for the a cappella group there, and so I went to their Q&A night and whatnot, and I asked a bunch of questions because I was interested and I really wanted to learn. And when I finally got on the a cappella group that I stuck with for my duration there, I was talking to the people that were judging the auditionees, right? And I was asking like, so like, what'd you guys think of me when I auditioned, right? Joking around, like, because like we were good friends, and they're just like,
Don't
honestly,
play with fire, bro.
dude,
That's
yeah,
playing with fire.
don't
man.
ask questions you don't want to actually hear
What
the
do you
answers.
think is ugly on my face, dude? So, yeah.
Well, they said, yeah, you were nice, too nice. And I was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, we didn't trust you. We felt like you had something up your sleeve because you were just like too nice, like you were trying to get something from us. And I'm like, well, I don't.
And if you would have watched more Survivor, you would have known that happens all the fucking time, bro.
Okay. So have you gotten that multiple times in your life of like, you're too nice, I think that you're fake, or I think
Oh,
that
I
there's
told him that for
something
about
else?
10 years.
It'd be the name of my
Yeah.
memoirs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, how
nice.
does that make you feel? Because I've gotten that too, and it just is like, what
Confused.
the fuck? Yeah.
Confused.
Okay, thank you.
You know,
Validating. That's all I
your
needed.
parents raise you a certain way to be nice to those, and they'll hopefully be nice to you. But then, like in my monkey brain, it just does not compute. Like when you're nice to someone, they're not nice to you. You have to like fucking manipulate and like navigate the world through like facades and whatnot. I'm like, what's the point then? Like what?
Then that's where I come in. So I'm all facade.
He's literally wearing sunglasses indoors so that you
You're
can't
not wrong.
read his next
you guys
move.
seem very. I'm also just so interested at the best friendship because you seem.
Excuse
so,
me.
That's
Freudian slip.
That part,
BTS.
that's gone.
No, but you guys just seem so opposite. Like, is it yin and yang energy, or
It's
like how it
something.
is? Okay,
It's something.
I
You just
can
can't
tell, I
get
can
rid of
feel
me
it.
now. It's like a bad disease.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
So
So-
exhausted.
Like
And I
even
just,
like you've been smiling this whole time. I've gotten maybe 2 smiles from you, which have been nice. But it's just so funny. It's just yeah. Please
smiling's
zoom in on
unnatural
that.
in the primate world, just so you know. It's a sign of danger. I know we are different, and I think it's both our worst and best thing for our friendship.
Who do you
Yeah.
think you would have been friends with first if you met us in high school?
In
It
high
depends on how much I cared. I could make
Why are you gonna-
anybody like me.
Let her. No, see, that sounds manipulative.
I could
Like,
do it to anybody if I wanted to.
that is manipulative. Were the
it's-
personalities same in high school? Like, were you the same?
I was
in high-
worse.
Worse in
So much worse
in
in
what
high school.
direction?
In what way?
She
Yeah.
doesn't know you, so you're gonna have to provide a little more context.
Man, I was louder and
He pooped in a urinal.
Okay,
yeah.
understood.
Well, I mean that's not part of my personality.
I think it is though.
the thing I did.
That's quite
once.
telling.
He called it a senior prank, but the only person it's pranking is the custodian, who's a nice
that's
man.
rude.
Oh, was a nice man.
Thank you. You and I have very similar brains.
Yes.
'Cause that's all I was thinking about when you said that story. Is someone had to clean that?
It happened in English class. He left for the restroom and he texted about
No.
5 other people.
Was it in English class? I thought I left in econ.
Something. And I
don't
know that
know.
you texted people saying, "Hey, come to the bathroom."
The best
Come
part was people
check this shit
people
out.
Came.
Really.
People came.
Yeah.
People came.
Let me take a look.
Ew.
Let me take a look at this thing. Let me see what you
Wait,
got.
did you tell them what it was and then they
Oh, yeah.
came?
No, it wasn't- I
No,
didn't
there was
hide
like
things.
one innocent bystander who was actually just trying to take a piss in there.
Oh yes, one of your friends.
That's so
Yes.
sad.
We locked him in there.
Jeremy Padrones.
Oh my
We
god.
made
Okay,
him
so I
stay.
definitely would have been
I
friends
will
with
say-
Christian in high school.
Yes, I was a nice guy.
Look,
Yeah.
we locked him in there, but he had just as much fun as the rest of us in
Why'd
there.
you lock him in there?
Well, I didn't want people coming in while I was doing the act.
Oh, so it's not like you did it in private and called people over. You
No,
did
no.
it. You
People in the
demanded an
room.
audience.
At that time, I could poop with people in the room.
Nice.
You know that. You
Yeah,
know
wait a
that.
second.
I
And now
would
you're
poop with
gun-shy?
you in the room. I've changed. I've grown.
Thankfully.
I only poop with 2 people in the room now. My Periscope and my Twitter followers.
There you go.
Yeah, I think we would have been good friends.
You know what's so
I would have
funny?
been there then.
And then,
Would've
by
been in the same
default,
building.
you would have just been there in the background. But what's so funny is that I actually have one of my best friends. His name is Christian Lopez. You guys
That's
are
the
You have to
craziest
kill him.
combo. That's
You'll
me and
have to kill
Melissa
him.
literally
I know,
put together.
I know.
It's your kid.
And literally, like, there's a few people in this room who have met him, and you guys are same energy. And even when you were saying earlier you used to drive all of your friends around and pay for everyone's food because you're just so fucking nice, that was Christian, and
I
it still
said
is
that.
Christian. Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like I gotta fight this guy.
You know
There
what?
can
He
only
would
be
say
one.
the same motherfucking thing. He really would. He would.
then
And
we
he
would fight each other?
He's probably. Oh God, I wish that I could just call him right now and put him on this podcast.
Call him. Call him right now and put him on the microphone.
Should I actually?
Yeah, I
My
could talk to
phone is
him.
over there. Should I get up and go get it? Or
Yeah, do
Here,
that,
we'll
do
have-
that while I take a piss.
you should talk to him.
I'm definitely gonna talk to him.
No, but like from way over there, are you just gonna yell?
Oh, here, Dad, hand me the phone.
Sit next to her so that way you're still on mic.
Hello.
Good morning.
Go sit next
Good
to her.
morning. Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. What are you up to?
So I'm currently. Do you remember Christian Baltazar, the man that I told you about that is you in another life?
Yeah.
Okay, so I am currently recording a podcast with him. I'm on the podcast right now, and so are you. So welcome to the podcast. But I just wanted to introduce you guys because I was just talking about you and how golden of a human you are. And I just wanted you two to interact because he was wondering if you guys would fall in love or fight. And I was like, that's the same question that Christian would have in mind.
During this part of the podcast, can you put a picture of him up while
Yes.
he's talking to you?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So would you like to talk to Christian?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. This is Christian. I'm gonna pass the phone over to him. He's so confused.
I'm currently 1 second. I gotta put my face up to the mic. Hey, good morning. How did I sleep? Sorry, what time is it? Where are you from? You're from here?
We're in the same time zone.
Okay, so you just say good morning to people?
He's just being stupid. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Supposedly we're
silly,
so
just like
similar
you.
of the same.
Exactly.
We're very similar.
Very silly.
That's what she says, but
Yeah.
I mean,
And like when people say that, like as much of a compliment as it is, because she's saying that we're golden people. My instincts tell me that like I take offense because I only want there to be one of me.
that was the opposite of how I reacted.
Oh, that's the opposite. You take it as a compliment that you have someone so similar to you.
Yeah, I kind of want to meet you in person. That'd be pretty cool. What's the name of your podcast, by the way?
Oh, it's called
the Joe Rogan Experience.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, like maybe one day we'll meet. Your last name's Lopez?
Yeah.
That's the last name of my fiance. So when we get married, I'll take her name. And then we have to fight.
How old are you?
How old are you?
No, I asked first.
Oh, so we're acting.
flirting.
We're not
They're flirting.
flirting. We're getting in a quarrel.
This is weird, Christian.
Whoa. All right. I have a number in my head between
69.
1 and 7. And what am I thinking, Christian?
7.
6 years old?
What? No, we're not talking about my age. I'm 29.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
It can't be that bad.
What's?
It could have been like 60. I don't know.
I sound 60?
No, you sound pretty young. You don't sound 29.
You sound 23. You 20?
Close.
24?
They are flirting. You said 23. Oh yeah, I thought I said 24.
All right.
Way sexy.
Okay.
What color panties are you wearing, Christian?
Not that bad. Podcast is called.
It can't be that bad, is what it's called. Yeah.
Well, I guess it can't be that bad then, right?
Yeah, truly, it's applicable to every facet of life. Okay. Well, we're going to get on with the podcast. So, I mean, it was nice meeting you. Well, we'll meet in person and maybe we'll fight. Maybe we'll just fall madly in love.
You should boxing. We'll have a boxing match.
Oh, you want to go straight to a spar?
Yeah, I'll see you in the ring.
You guys would just hug each other.
I
know
think
that
so.
I know that you would.
Okay, apparently we're going to go hug in this boxing ring, so.
Okay, have fun, you guys.
All right, you too.
Oh, thank you.
All right, have a good morning.
Love you.
Bye. Bye.
I don't like the guy.
What a jerk, man.
He's
Holy
a jerk.
shit.
Did you feel
Fucking
threatened?
shit.
I felt
Like I was going to leave you and do another podcast. It can be that good. Today we're talking about In-N-Out.
Let me hand you your phone back.
Aw, thank you.
I didn't feel threatened.
I just felt like he was attacking my person and being.
I just felt like I was
Exactly.
losing grasp of my own individuality because someone's so similar. I don't know. He was not budging. I was hoping for like a little bit of like, no, he's really nice.
Yeah, he's very nice. He's probably really caught off guard that I randomly called him and was like, "You're now on a live podcast."
It's
But
a lot. It truly is a lot.
It is.
I'm sorry.
I want to move on with our next little activity. So
Okay.
we brought some little things
Okay,
with me. So
exciting.
these are 3 little tiny whiteboards.
Okay.
And I bring this up because I know that you can create art and Alejandro and I cannot. But we're going to have a little competition.
Oh goodness.
And here, I will hand you a pen.
Okay.
And we're going to have...
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, Angel, thank you.
I don't know. This guy's throwing things like they're frisbees, man.
Didn't hit her. I threw it in a good spot.
Yeah, but what if you didn't? That was a...
It was the
that was a
But I
lot of
didn't,
fun.
though. I hit it. I aimed.
All right, so where you guys come in is that we maybe like 3 or 4 rounds. You guys are gonna give us something to draw in under a minute, and you guys will judge our drawings. So
This is a real artist.
what's up?
This is a real artist.
This is a real artist.
Not a whiteboard artist, to be fair. So don't worry.
And it's time
Should
sensitive.
I do it with my left hand?
You could not.
Yes. Oh, your left foot.
I'm wearing socks, but
No, you can't take those off.
You can't.
Can't take those things off.
No. That's premium content right there. That's yeah. You gotta pay for that.
Come on now. It can be that bad.
Okay. Yes, and we'll have a time.
I think a
time.
minute's too long.
A minute's too long.
Like
what do you
30
guys think?
30
Should-
seconds.
30 seconds is
30
valid.
seconds, like any game, 30 seconds to 15 seconds.
Okay.
Because a minute you can erase and start over 4 times.
That's
40
true.
seconds then.
40 seconds.
43 seconds?
69.
What the fuck are these people?
Longer than a
3
minute.
seconds. What the fuck is this shit?
Okay.
All right.
So how long are you giving us?
Oh.
43 seconds. Are you listening?
Oh, you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, who's
Okay.
okay.
Do
All right.
these numbers mean
What are we drawing? What's the first thing? Let's go in order. Martin, you tell us what to draw, and we'll go down this way, all the way down to Lulu.
Wait, can Christian and I...
A penis.
Sure.
Is it you two versus me?
Yes.
Okay.
What? This is a team effort?
our
We're going
drawings
to
are
combine
gonna
our
go
penis
together.
drawing?
Oh, you guys have to do one thing at a time. One.
We'll have our own. We'll have our own. Everyone's against each other.
Everyone's against each other. Okay.
Everyone will be against each other. Okay.
Okay.
So we're drawing a penis in 43 seconds?
Yes, and I'm using my left hand.
Okay. And,
We're drawing penises? Wait, really?
well, this helps because we have one, so.
And go.
We're doing like funniest penis, or what are we doing? We're doing
veins
big-
going
Oh,
on.
this is actually really difficult with my left hand.
Realism. Okay.
Some hair.
This is not a good time.
Is it flaccid or?
Oh.
We're not drawing fucking flaccid penises, bro.
Stop.
Pencils down, everybody.
Whew, my heart rate's up.
Alex, show your picture to the camera.
Show your penis.
She said-
That's
wow. He already won. He
It's
already
interesting.
won.
The angle in which you drew it looks like you're looking at someone else's. Yeah. That from like yeah. In that
I only know it from
I did it from You don't know it? Okay, because I
We're gonna save the best for last. So Christian, go.
Mine's not gonna be.
I was gonna say, you made me go first. What are you talking about?
Okay, these are.
Wait,
This
let me
is
see.
brilliant.
Move it away from your face.
Show it to the camera.
That looks like a rocket
These
ship.
are all good.
I like the.
I guess the balls weren't
Yeah,
playing
there's a
the game.
fupa.
Dude, I like how all.
You are looking down
Okay.
at
There's
it.
all the different angles.
Wait, I thought you were
But-
circumcised.
What? Does it look like
Okay.
there's foreskin in that? Okay.
So you both won.
Oh, fuck
Why?
yeah.
Just because yours are better than mine. Mine is. I'll show it to the camera.
That's a turtle.
It's not. But to be fair, I started it with my left hand and then I did the vein with my right hand. But
Oh,
you guys
interesting.
both won, so congrats. Can I
Honestly,
see yours
but-
The
both
veins of-
again?
In the
Sorry.
scope of in the scope of art, that's pretty
Hey,
original.
this is from the bottom.
Yeah, it is.
Wait,
Even
what
if
do
you
mean?
watch porn, who's watching porn where you see a penis from the
From
bottom?
the bottom. I don't know.
Wait, that's funny.
Interesting. All right, we'll go with the next one then. I'm gonna need a napkin to wipe
Vagina?
this
Bro,
down.
you got pants on.
Jason, what's the next thing we're drawing?
An egg.
Ooh.
An egg?
That was the most like
An egg.
Instagram photo. So
All right, like in what?
Was it really?
Like a boiled egg?
Just an egg.
No
It's
context.
subjective. No
Non-context.
context.
All right, 43 seconds on the clock.
43.
43 seconds on the clock for an egg.
That's so much time.
That's so much time. Get creative.
Stick with 40.
Okay, 40 seconds. 3 seconds will make a difference.
Thank God.
3, 2, 1, and go.
Why does yours look like a penis again?
It's the same drawing. All right. Who goes first?
How about everyone shows?
Oh, that's fun.
We throw them on the ground and then everyone has to guess who's whose.
All right. Here's mine.
No, wait a minute. Wait a second here.
I know I cheated a little.
Wait a second here.
More.
Oh, okay, you already.
What do you mean? Aw, my eggs are cute.
Oh, you did multiple eggs?
3 ways.
That's
Egg.
cheating.
What did you do?
I tried
Egg.
to do a fried egg,
Oh, yours
but then
is
I
a
erased
fried
the
egg.
inside.
Oh.
That's how I cheated, yeah.
I like the heat waves. I would say that. Yeah, she won. Hers has more detail. I haven't even seen yours. Okay, there's tape on it that says egg. Okay, beautiful.
That's creative.
The fact that you still thought that it was tape, that's extra points on my book.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. No, you did great. All right, Kayla.
A hand holding a penis.
Oh, shit. We all know what we want right now.
All right, put.
It depends how big your hand is.
Okay.
I mean, why would you need 2 hands?
What happens if you can't see it when your hand is open?
That's a cackle, man. That's a cackle. All right. Okay, Alejandro, show yours. Show yours.
You're gonna comment on the angle again.
I want to see now.
This is too I have to make sure.
Bad.
That's great. That's great.
That's like
That's
almost
great.
really hard to draw from that angle. That's exactly. That is not bad. Wait,
It's a penis. It's a penis.
that's amazing.
Solid. It's a solid penis.
That's a head, right?
It's for sure a head. Oh, sorry.
Wow. That's interesting. It's from the top. It's from the top. What's the base?
I don't know. I thought it was more
No,
coming
it's
at
from,
you.
yeah, it's
Oh.
like I'm watching
But it's
that.
POV, bro.
Oh,
Yes.
it's POV. All right. Here's
I think I
mine.
got the hand right too and everything.
Oh, yours is. Oh,
Mine is exactly the same, but I'm holding it like this.
You're taking a picture for your girlfriend.
Yeah. I'm doing it because I see it every day, and I'm gonna draw it from where
Guys,
I
that's
see
how
it.
Christian pisses. Fully erect. Hand on the
Sometimes
bottom.
you have to do
Holding
that.
his nuts with the other hand.
Sometimes you have
Just
to do that.
wringing it out like a wet towel.
Who does that?
You do. Look at your picture.
No.
you do look at the picture.
This
If
is
you have to pee with the boner, by the way, you have to like
lay down.
Can you do
like
that?
plank on the toilet. Yeah, because guys have to do that. If you want to
Wait.
like,
It's like you got this. Yeah, it's hard.
How many times have you all done that?
Every day.
Yeah, oh.
you wake up with morning wood and you gotta pee. You have to like, you don't want to get it all over the place.
Wow.
Anyways, Sabrina, can we see
You
your
can, I
penis?
don't pee in the shower.
Yes, you
I
can't
don't
see
pee
my
in the
penis.
I want to
shower.
see your penis, Sabrina.
That's,
Okay.
I know a majority
You're
of
the
people
only one
do.
who doesn't pee in the shower.
Who pees in the shower? Raise your
Everybody
hand.
here, because it's a
yeah.
normal human thing. We like the way it tastes.
Am
okay?
I the only
it feels
one?
good.
Peas before and after the shower.
Because I am hydrated and I want to, I don't
Wait,
judge
after
others
the
that
shower,
do it.
Are you drinking water in the shower?
No, I just have a lot of liquid. All right, let's see Sabrina's.
All right. This is my handheld penis.
Oh wow, that's
Thank you.
It's getting
You got the vein.
squeezed.
That's the same penis as earlier. It's the same vein.
No, his was the
same
same
vein.
penis from earlier. He had the same vein. Show yours. Show
this-
your penis.
This is a different penis,
I
guys.
have
This is a
the
different
same
guy.
Oh. Yours
guy's-
is a bit different. I won't lie.
guy's
Never mind.
James.
That one, the head, I'm curious about.
Yeah, that was a rushed.
He ran
Rush
into a
trying
wall.
Trying to. He, yeah, it was a rush decision.
She's also
she said
twisting
10
it.
seconds,
Like that's
and
the
then,
bottom, right? So she's twisted it a little bit.
And that hand has nice nails.
It was
That's
one
why
of the
I
You
said-
first
look like
things
you
that I
have
did.
nice nails right now.
That
Is
was
that
the intention.
your
Are those
hand?
your nails?
That was the image in my head.
Okay.
But
All right, let's put that away. All right,
That was fun.
is that it? We did two of
think
the three
3
suggestions were
rounds
penises. So the way we typically end our episodes
We dance.
is we're gonna do an improv scene.
okay.
So with an audience suggestion, we're gonna go do maybe however many minutes, depending on how it's going. We'll do
Okay.
a scene completely from nothing.
Okay.
So let's get it. So can we have a suggestion from the audience of what you guys want this scene to be about or inspired by?
At a movie theater.
Oh shit.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, highly irrelevant.
Can we stay seated?
No, stand up.
If we stay seated, yeah, we
I'm
do
not
this
going to
from
do
our
that.
microphone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it starting soon?
I hope so. You
Because
guys-
the tickets at 6:10, 6:11.
well, you gotta wait for previews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
previews take like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot. Sabrina, thank you for taking us out and paying for our movie tickets. And
Of course. I'm just a nice person, so I'm
Yeah,
always
no,
going to
it's
pay.
great.
I'm
No.
always going to.
I
absolutely,
mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Top Gun.
yeah, it's fine. What are we watching today?
Winnie the Pooh goes south.
Go south. No,
So
I
we-
love that they made a spin-off of the live action one that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, I actually don't.
That movie's called Christopher Robins. Actually, that movie's not about. You fucking asshole. You know I hate that movie.
Hey, can you keep it down? There's people in here.
Look, man, it's just us three. You two walked in. I was all alone. You ruined my special thing. I took my shoes off already. I was going to get funky.
You could go get funky, man. No, it's fine. Hey, Sabrina paid for all this.
Yeah, and we can also move. Do you want us to move? Are you...
No, I'll follow you. You can move, but I'll follow you. I'll sit next to you. I'll sit in between you if you let me. Okay. If you let me, will you let me? Would you let me?
No, I prefer to sit next to... I just want to, I
You'd let me.
prefer...
We were trying to...
Sit next to each other.
Yeah.
Look, guys, the movie's starting. Why don't you guys just hush? Silence your phones. I don't want to ruin it. I've been waiting my whole life to see Ant-Man and the Wasp.
We're not watching Ant-Man. I thought we're watching Winnie the Pooh Goes South.
I thought we were watching that too.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, honestly, this started off with Sabrina and I going on a date, and you tagged along and you started complaining.
I don't even know what your name is.
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Cinemark. I own this theater. This is my theater.
Is this undercover boss? But instead of spying on your employees, you're just spying on your guests?
The guests. Exactly that. Wow. I mean, they told me the public didn't know about the show yet.
Yeah.
I guess I could take all the shit off my face then.
Where are the cameras?
There are none. It's just me.
Okay. Oh.
You're really... Hey, Sabrina, I'm sorry that this is happening.
Yeah,
I didn't know that this was... can you, leave us alone then? Because...
I mean, I could sit in a different row, but I really want to see Winnie the Pooh Goes South.
If you sit in a different row, you could still watch Winnie the Pooh Goes South.
Hey, that's true.
But which row shall I sit in? That's almost the bigger dilemma.
You seem like a grown man that could make your own decisions,
I'm talking
especially
to the
if
lady
you
now.
own. I'm sorry.
But he's right. I think you could just make.
I'm talking to the man now.
Yeah.
And now I'm making my own decisions. I guess I'll go one row back.
That's completely fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad that he's out of the
Yeah,
picture.
but he sat right behind us.
Oh my God! Is he putting his feet up?
Literally just
right
my
next to us.
shoulder.
Oh, he's cracking his toe knuckles.
I think he can hear you. Hey. What do we do?
He's talking right into our ears.
If Piglet's gonna show up in the post-credit scenes, or do you think Piglet's secretly the villain?
Mr. Cinemark.
You can call me Sin. Mark. Mr. Cinemark's fine. Call me Mr. Cinemark. Actually, I like it. Say it. Say it again. Say it again.
Christian, should we leave?
I think we should leave.
No. Okay, fine. I'll put my feet down. Fine. Just Brad, play the movie. They're gonna leave soon. Just play the movie.
Why?
You guys are no fun. The last couple didn't stay either.
Cut to the middle of the movie, and Mr. Cinemark is still talking throughout the movie. He's gotten worse.
Christian, I can't. His feet.
I can't do
His feet smell so bad.
Taste my toes, sir.
5 minutes ago, I turned around to look at you, and his toe landed in my mouth.
I thought that was your hand.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you thought that was my hand, because that would be crossing boundaries.
I'm so sorry, but have you two never been in a movie theater before? We generally don't have conversations halfway through the movie.
Cut to dinner at an Italian restaurant down the street from Cinemark. Jeez, I'm so glad that we got out of there. It's...
I've never experienced something like that. He wouldn't leave us alone.
Oh my God, is that?
Hi everybody. How are you guys doing
kidding
today? Oh, hi. Is everything okay? Are you guys okay? What's going on over here? You guys
We
okay?
know it's you, Mr. Cinemark.
No.
We know it's you.
No, my name is Jamal.
No.
You literally just put on a name tag. You're wearing the same clothes.
You're still wearing a Cinemark polo.
You're not even wearing your shoes anymore.
Look, you guys clearly have had a very trying day. So let me.
You're
Jamal,
gaslighting us, Mr. Cinemark.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's get started with some appetizers.
I don't think you were. First of all, it's appetizer. And
no, not here at Chili's, it ain't. What are we doing? The buffalo wings? You guys want buffalo? You look like you're a buffalo wing man.
Please don't make decisions
You're a
for me.
buffalo wing man?
If I'm gonna order an
Extra hot.
appetizer,
Have a few little ads.
excuse me.
Don't eat meat, please.
You don't eat meat?
Please.
Well,
Yes,
we got a
she's vegan.
steak tartare for you, sweet miss. Look, hey, you guys look like you've had a rough day. First round of drinks are on me. What are you having to drink, pal?
I don't think you
Oh my
work
God.
here. I feel whose tab are you gonna charge it on?
All right. One Coors Light for the gentleman. And for the little
How are
laughs.
you gonna get these drinks?
All right, you guys got me. It's me, Mr. Cinemark.
We've been knowing it was you.
How'd you know what gave it away?
Cut
I'm not
to-
Jamal.
Cut to Sabrina's house where Christian and Sabrina are having a nightcap. Jeez, that was the worst dinner
I've
and movie.
never experienced something like that ever.
I'm sorry, like I know
No,
that you
don't
paid
be
for
sorry.
everything, yeah, and
Don't
it's just
be
like
sorry.
I'm
Meow.
glad that we got Jesus. Is
Did
that
you
him?
hear that?
Meow.
Wait, is the window open?
Meow.
Christian, can you go check?
Meow, I'm your cat.
Sabrina,
Meow, I'm your cat you left outside in the
Sabrina.
backyard.
it's
I don't know
Mr.
what
Cinemark,
Meow.
completely naked,
I'm an indoor cat. I shit in
wearing
the box.
cat ears.
Why is he
Meow.
on my couch?
I have no clue. He's inside the house now.
Meow.
Okay, do we call the cops or do you feel confident against him? Like what?
Do I feel confident against him? Am I gonna fight this naked
yes, I
man?
need you to at this
You're gonna-
point.
you're gonna
He's
do
in our
something.
house, Christian.
I'm a naked cat. Meow.
Now it's
Okay,
he's
Mr.
speaking-
Cinemark.
We know it's you, Mr. Cinemark.
Get
What?
out of the house.
Get out of the house.
How
paid
did you get
$15.
in?
Well, I walked in right behind you guys. I walked in the same steps that Christian did. I moved my arms the
How do
same
you
way he
know
did.
his name?
He didn't even know.
Yeah.
I've been following you guys all day.
Who are you?
I'm Mr. Cinemark.
But what do you do?
Oh, I am. You know what? I don't know. My family actually owns the Cinemark company. They've exiled me years ago. I have
you
no
don't-
connection to the company. I just do this
You just
to
follow
make
people.
myself happy. I've actually never seen a full movie from beginning to end. I've never worked in a restaurant. My name's not Jamal. I'm not a cat. These ears aren't mine.
Where did you get the ears, and how often do you do this? Do you follow?
Yeah, no,
couples,
like
or-
every night it's a different couple.
Oh,
A
And you
different
guys-
couple
you guys-
every.
Yeah, it's tonight.
How are you
Today's
not in
Thursday.
jail?
You guys, it's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday.
is Thursday a good date night for you?
It's
Is
Thursday.
that
It's Thursday. It's Thursday.
Cut to the courtroom.
It's Thursday. Judge. Judge, it's Thursday. It was Thursday, Judge. Judge, it was Thursday. Judge. Come on. Hey, come on. Judge. It's fucking Thursday.
The camera slowly zooms in on Alejandro as he has a
Fucking
very moving monologue
Thursday.
defending himself.
There's a lot of things people want to say. There's a lot of things people don't want to say. There's things I'm going to say. There's things I'm not going to say. That's how these things work. At the end of the day, you're not allowed to be the things that make life hard. Is that up to me? Maybe. That's for you to say, Judge. I'm not going to tell you how to flip patties. That's your job. I talk. Pretend to be Abraham Lincoln on Fridays. Follow people on Thursdays.
yeah?
On Wednesday, I was a substitute teacher for a kindergarten class. There's literally no rules. I mean, I just walked in. I just walked into this kindergarten class. So today we're doing calculus. And I taught those kids calculus. I taught those kids cosine, sine, tangent. I don't know. Anyways,
We find you, Mr. Jamal Cinemark, guilty on all accounts and life in prison.
Final words.
I want this to go down in history as the time that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
Cut to the prison cell that he's sharing with two other prison mates.
Oh, fuck.
What are you in here for?
Me, I'm sleeping in here, sir. You walked in here and saw me sleeping.
What are you in here for?
I followed this couple back in the day at a
Oh my
movie
God.
theater. Can you relate?
We've all
Wait a minute.
followed couples in movie theaters.
And it zooms out to a movie theater-shaped prison. Just
And scene.
all movie-related crimes.
Ew.
All right. Sabrina,
That was a good time.
good job.
Thank
just
you.
really just going with the punches.
That was fun. You are quick. You are fucking quick.
Oh,
That
thank
was,
you,
Yeah,
thank you, thank
very
you.
quick.
That
Very
was
quick.
mostly a monologue.
That was, yep, that was the weirdest choices I've ever seen in an improv scene, but way to commit, my friend.
Someone's got,
was a good time.
someone has to.
Well, that's how we end our episodes here. So thank you very much for joining us
course.
for today's episode. I
Thank you.
deeply appreciate it. Before we get out of here, we end every episode a certain way. We ask our guests to look into the barrel of their camera, which is right there in front of you, and leave the listeners, the baddies, with a saying, an anecdote, or a phrase.
Oh, I have to think about what I want it to be. I think just try to be the light that you can give, and it'll go a long way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sabrina Willett.
Thank you. Thank you both. Thank you.
Where can people buy your art? Where can people help support you?
So my Etsy page used to be very, very active, not as active anymore. I would say if you want to DM me or hit up Christian, he has my phone number and we can connect and I could do any kind of commission thing that you'd like. That would be the best way to approach it.
Yeah, use code ICBTB for nothing.
Yeah. There you go.
Perfect. All right, baddies. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here
yes,
today.
thank you.
I love and appreciate all of you, and we'll catch you next time.
Yay.
Bye.
Thank you.
That bad.